India has overtaken UK, France, Germany, and Japan in GDP, but in terms of national wealth, India is still behind all these countries. Why is it so, and how what can India do to become the wealthiest country in the world? Look, India is going to overtake Japan soon. So India is going to be soon. I think next year, sometime next year, 2025, sometime next year, India is going to be the fourth largest economy, and then it will sooner or later by 26 or 27 overtake Germany. So India will become the third largest economy. Now let's say India has a GDP per capita of no, sorry, India has a total GDP per annum of, let's say, uh, $5 trillion. 5 trillion. You divide that by India's population, which is 1.4 billion, and it will give you a very low number. So despite having this very high GDP, India will soon be the top three or top four. When it comes to GDP per capita, India is ranked way, way low, which means the living standards in India are very poor and the people are poor. Overall, the average person is quite poor compared to a person in Thailand, for example, or a person living in China, or a person living in the West, in the UK or Japan or the US or wherever. Uh, so that's the problem that India is facing. So the great thing is that we as a nation combined to have this gigantic economy, and as long as the economy keeps growing at whatever rate it's growing right now, whatever the current rate is, if it keeps growing like that, in the next 20-30 years, India is going to be one of the top two economies. So that's great. And once India reaches something that's, let's say, 15 trillion, 20 trillion, then it's going to be like three or four times. Then the per capita GDP will also be three to four times what it is now. So then India will become essentially a middle income nation, which would be great. So what does India have to do? What can India do to become the wealthiest country in the world? Well, India has to focus on manufacturing. Uh, India needs to stop exporting raw materials. India needs to start exporting finished products. Finished products are way more valuable than the raw materials that they are made of. So India needs to do something. India needs to become a manufacturing power. Now we have been talking about make in India for the past 10 years. I'm sure we have taken good steps in that direction, but we still have a lot to do and a long way to go to achieve our full potential. So I would say that the most important thing India needs to do is to becoming a major manufacturing power, which means that Indians should be encouraged to set up manufacturing plants and become entrepreneurs and all that, which means that the ease of doing business in India needs to be improved significantly, way better than what it is right now. Right now, it is not that easy to do business in India. I'm sure India is ranked 40th or whatever rank it is. Why aren't we ranked number one in ease of doing business? Or at least in the top 10. So that's something the government needs to work towards. So if we do that, then things will get easier. Interest rates need to be cut. A lot can be done. Okay, I'll not go into the details, but the crux of the issue is that we need to become a manufacturing power, a major manufacturing power. Ideally, as good, if not better than China. I know it's a big thing to aim for, but in 1992 or 1990, China, where was China in manufacturing? Nowhere. So if they could do it, why can't we do it? It's possible. But the government needs to get its act together. I'm sure they're working on it.